All praises, honor to the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect. I want to really quick get into Esau'S high-rise apartment buildings and skyscrapers and how they're reminiscent of the Caucasus Caves. All right, Mount Petra, Mount Seir, the original dwelling place of Esau-Edom. Okay. It says in Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, thou that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Okay. And specifically, when you look at the plumbing in these high-rise buildings, it's very problematic. I had a plumber come out because I live in only a 4-story condominium complex, and you had the plumber come out. This was in winter, late part of the year of 2020, I believe. It might have been 21, so just a couple of years ago. And there was a leak from the kitchen plumbing under the sink of the apartment, the condo in the unit right above where I stay. Okay. And fucking the ceiling was softening up, which was their floor, and was about to pretty much cave in. And what the plumber was explaining was that in these apartment buildings, the plumbing, you gotta imagine, you gotta think that the water has got to get to these units, okay, to be able to for what, to go through the sinks and the shower. All right. And then, of course, where does the water go when it goes down the fucking drain? Okay. Or where does your waste go? Okay, when you flush the toilet. It's gotta travel through all these different channels and pipelines to get down to where it's gotta go. Okay, to the waste line. All right. And it causes a lot of fucking problems, man. Shit constantly is malfunctioning and breaking down in those things. The maintenance is crazy. How excessive and often treat and maintain these pipelines and shit like that, man. So it's not even practical. It's not even logical. When you deal with Esau-Edom, he's completely destroyed a way of living, the practical, natural, simple way that the Most High set up. Okay. Yeah, you had certain fortresses and towers that were mostly crafted for weather deterrence, right? To protect against the weather, and then also protect against fucking oncoming enemy attacks and shit like that, right? But you never had, even in the biblical times, right? But you never had no shit like what he's created. All right. And this man is a base man. It talks about how they that are younger than I have me in derision. And it also says that children are our oppressors, man. So when you look at Esau-Edom, he's very experimental and childlike with the shit that he does and implements in his societies, man. He does it without really weighing out the detriment of it. Like it says, which one of you building a tower doesn't count the cost first? All right, this nigga didn't count the cost of a lot of his inventions and creations. Okay. And that's why, for example, you have a lot of this shit fucking up. Okay, when you look at the infrastructure, that D- rating and all that. All right, this man did shit he wasn't supposed to go and do. It's like that Steve Klutz clip when it shows this man walking up the road and he just starts destroying every fucking thing, man. All right. Ultimately, the Most High is going to set shit back in order in the kingdom. It's going to go back to the ancient style of living and habitations. It's not going to be fucking high-rise apartment buildings and condominiums, the Wynn Hotel, right? Fucking the Hilton and all this other shit. Downtown LA, you have a lot of high-rise apartment buildings where you pay up to millions of dollars just for like a fucking 2-3 bedroom apartment or condo in those buildings, man. And another thing the plumber was mentioning is that years ago, the exactly what happened in this spot happened to another unit, and the entire bathroom caved in on the lower unit, on the unit right beneath one of the other units where there was a water leak, and it was softening up the floor, and which is the ceiling of another apartment. You see how madness that is? And then the fucking the toilet, the fucking sink, the shower, it all caved in from the unit on top of to in the bathroom down below to unit below. And they said, and the fucker said that nobody was in there, but if they were, they would have been fucking crushed. All right, they would have been put to death under the weight and impact of that bathroom caving in. They would have been crushed in there, man. Killed. So this is not the way that the Most High intended for this thing to be. All right, and when you look at the dystopian societies, they all consist of those high-rise type of buildings. You shouldn't be all crammed in like that any fucking way. And that's this nigga's cave-like tendencies coming out. You shouldn't be in a spot where you hear your neighbor's fucking you know what I'm saying? Where you hear your neighbors doing everything that they do. All right, you hear their kids playing, running around and shit. All right, you hear what they do in their intimacy and shit. Okay. We're all supposed to have our space, like it says in the scriptures, man. That he pretty much designated different areas for different peoples. All right. Let me show you here in the Caucasus, okay, where this piece of shit is from. His original dwelling place, because we're gonna get it right now. His habitation, okay, in Obi 1 and 3. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Could that be talking about? Okay, whose natural original dwelling place was the clefts of the rock? All right. And furthermore, whose proper name that has been denoted to a people goes back to a cave. All right, and there's only one people, that's the Caucasian man. that word means like cave dweller in the etymology. Okay. So the clefts of a rock is the caves. They're those little openings and divots where this nigga would crawl into and he would fucking make his home at. See? And they go up into the mountain side. Alright? And of course they've now form-fitted them with railings and shit like that. But back in the day he was he was barebacking it, man. Okay. This is Petra. These are those columns and that style construction that you see here in America that this nigga was responsible for. And look, you see all those clefts and divots in the rock? Alright. Okay. Okay. I was looking for this other one, yeah. To get more of the clefts. But there you have it. This word whose habitation. Okay. Habitation goes into his seat or his dwelling place. So properly, session it says, but used also concretely an abode or locality. So the literal physical dwelling place of Esau, Edom. All right. And it just proved to you this man is the Caucasian. All right. It says, the part of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's also figurative for his lofty position in his mind. To be haughty means to think that you're better than what you are, or to be narcissistic or proud. All right. Proud for no grounds, like it says in the scriptures. How is earth and ashes proud? Okay. But that's indeed, this man's got a superiority complex, him and his whole people. And it primarily stemmed from his conquering campaign that he went out throughout the whole world and performed. And why he's got this world by the balls. And why a fucking, this is why a cave dweller, these cave beasts can be proud right now. All right. They can't be. It's a fucking trick bag, but it means like that's how they can have that type of pride. Okay? Because like it says in the scriptures, this nigga went throughout the whole world hammering the entire earth. All right? And he obtained this place through rape, robbery, and murder. So his descendants, they're pretty much likened into a seat and position of power. The man, woman, and child of this man. Nashu. Alright. Now, take a look at these modern day high habitations. Alright. Look just like the little sides of the rock, man. Okay. little openings. And that's the spirit, because this wicked piece of shit is trying to convert the entire world into these high-rise apartment buildings, what he's calling 15-minute cities. Okay, he wants to convert the landscape to looking just like this, to where you didn't have to leave the building for nothing. Okay, or within a 15-mile radius of the city, because everything's going to be there. Everything you could ever need. Your dentist, your doctor, fucking barber, your the hospital, okay? The grocery store, your job, okay? And this is dystopian, man. All right. And as aforementioned, these shits be fucking malfunctioning in all type of different areas. All right. And then when these things get attacked, or there's structural damage, it's going to affect a lot of people. All right. The Most High didn't intend for shit to be like this. He meant it for us to be more plain and simple than that. And in the kingdom, it's going to go back to that, man. Best believe that. If anything, the Israelites, the royal seed, okay, the pretty much the gods of the earth and their families are going to be dwelling in castles. All right. But it's going to have old school plumbing. And we won't really even need to make waste like that. Okay. You know, we'll find out more in that time. But it definitely is not going to be a toilet with a fucking going into a drain into a septic fucking tank, and draining into a waste line, okay, to a sewage fucking treatment plant, which is what happens here, man. It's all going under the ground, under the soil, like what it's supposed to go. Okay, and they do that now, but they do a whole bunch of different processes to it. You know, adding chemicals and other shit. And then, of course, the whole idea of it going into a toilet through fucking plumbing lines, man. Okay, it's fucking backwards. It's in Genesis 25 and 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Okay, so the Israelites, Jacob, we're more practical. The way that we operate, even naturally, is more practical. It's more attuned with how the Most High had it structured, man. To just have pretty much the amenities of what we needed, and then when you go into this word field, let's get it. Gen 25. You go into this word field, it says from an unused root, meaning to spread out. Okay, to spread out. So why would it differentiate um, Esau being a man of the field, meaning being a man that spreads out, from Jacob, who's a man that is plain and that dwells in tents. Let's get that word plain. Okay. It was a plain man, which means let's get what's relevant to this. Mm, Slovakia. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Plain means perfect or complete, sound, wholesome. Wow. It says an ordinary, quiet sort of person. Complete. It says morally innocent, having integrity. So it differentiates Esau being a man of the field from Jacob being a plain man dwelling in tents, which is synonymous and parallel to moral integrity, man. Okay, to be ethically pure, because the Most High didn't. Well, what is the purpose of doing what He does in the form of His dwelling places that He made, Esau, Edom? Okay, a lot of it is for gain, and when you cram a whole bunch of people in a smaller surface area, you can maximize more money. You can get more money. This piece of shit calls it scaling. Okay, so he could maximize his profits by building up. All right, using the air real estate. Oh yeah, this nigga he's got all that built in and factored in and calculated when he makes his evaluations, man, for how he could fucking monetize something, and in this case, housing and different commercial real estate and shit like that, man. So it's mainly for that, for profit and gain, wickedly, of course, and then secondarily, which is really first and foremost, is for control. Okay, we can keep better tabs and control and containment of the people through that, man. So we can see how that's being wicked, doing what he does, man. And this is a huge deal in this world, man. In the form of wickedness of what this man has created, of why we complain continually about the wickedness that has exceedingly polluted this whole fucking place, man. All right. Undefiled, upright, gentle, dear, pious. Okay. Not trying to do too much. Not trying to do the most like this nigga E, man. All right. But I got this word filled to show you. It says to spread out. What does it say in Habakkuk about this man who his desire is as hell, and he heapeth all people together. All right, and all lands. Okay, that's his desire as hell. That's him spreading out. See, it's to spread out. So we're going back to the original way. This nigga is gonna be fucking utterly destroyed. This land of America. We'll finish off with this because these scriptures are spiritual. It talks about this nigga spreading out. This word, him being a man of the field to spread. It's about his desire being as hell. He cannot be satisfied. It says Psalm 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. So it's once again likening the wicked, who is Esau, to spreading, out like he has. His desire as hell, everything that he's done, all the rape, robbery, and murder that has been performed at this man's hands. Okay. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. That's what's going to happen to this piece of shit. Look what he's done to the place. The one that destroyed the earth is going to be destroyed. Okay? And then finishing off on a good note, Mark the perfect man, which we just broke down was what plain means, goes into perfect and complete, to have to be morally perfect. Okay? Moral integrity, ethics. All right? And behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. Okay? The Most High will yet choose Israel, Jacob. Okay? It says, yet I will not utterly destroy the house of Israel, but he's going to save a remnant, man. And so the Most High can restore the simple ways of old. Like it talks about the old paths. Okay, we're going to rewind this place back, not century, millennia. All right, we're gonna wind this place back millennia in the form of your everyday lifestyle. Okay, and all the extra additives and bullshit that this nigga inserted into the picture. All right, so with that, all praises, honor, and glory.